Hi, LegalFunnel members. Hope you guys are doing fantastic. All right, we have a special guest today with an amazing guest, lawyer Britt. Britt, I'm gonna let you do the intro. Tell us who you are and how you got here.
Hi guys, I'm lawyer Brittany Alexander. I'm an attorney in Florida. I do property insurance law. I started posting on Instagram and Facebook about 3 months ago, and it's just exploded. And Sam so nicely invited me to come speak to you guys.
So it seems like Britt, you were following LegalFunnel for a while, and it seems like you're a little bit more social media savvy, and that's the reason why I brought you here. Is that a lot of lawyers kind of find social media, didn't understand the benefits of it, but I think it's about the consistency and having that vision and actually, sticking to it to actually get the results. And the good part is, you're living proof that somebody can, have that vision first, before you even start. I'm sure you had a plan, you stuck to it. 2 months in, getting results. We'll talk about the results that you specifically had, and that's very rare. So I think a lot of people could learn from you, take you as inspiration. And once they hear that, first of all, it is possible. I think that's always the biggest thing I always try to push, that it is possible. And then also the benefits and all the results that you get from it, I think hopefully will inspire others. So can you tell us a little bit what you do? What type of law do you do?
So I do property insurance law. So I'm here in Florida. If a homeowner or a business owner puts in a claim, they have a hurricane rips off their roof or a pipe burst, they put in a claim. The insurance company either doesn't pay or doesn't pay enough. We sue them, and we get the money so they can repair their house.
So who are your dream clients?
Our dream clients are homeowners. Homeowners who have had a loss, something from a hurricane or a sudden and accidental loss, something happened to their home, and they put in a claim and the insurance company just didn't pay enough or improperly denied the claim.
Great. And why did you decide to use Instagram out of all the social different medias?
I saw other niches, business coaches and the like, getting a lot of traction from Instagram. And I thought to myself, everybody's on Instagram. Everybody is on social media in general, right? So I thought if I can put content out there, people will see it and maybe reach out to me. So I actually had one of my best friend's boyfriend asked me, at a party, this is a couple months ago now, he asked me, what kind of law do you do? And I've known this guy for 3 years. And I was like, if this guy doesn't know what kind of law I do after knowing him for 3 years, like, I've got a problem. So I saw other people doing it. So, I'm going to put content out there and, see what kind of traction I can get.
Got it. And when you had to decide about which social media, what was it about Instagram specifically that you think was relevant for you specifically?
Well, for me specifically, I was more active on Instagram. I understood Instagram better. And plus, I knew there were so many of my friends in the past few years, and especially the past few months, who've been buying homes. And they're also very active on Instagram, that like early 30s, late 20s age range. And I thought, well, these homeowners are on Instagram and they're active. So here's where I'm going to get in and get clients.
Great. So you decided on Instagram. And then did you have any past experience with Instagram before on your own personal Instagram account?
A little bit, but not too much. I really just kind of modeled after other people I saw on Instagram who were doing well and, succeeding.
And what were those, what would you say, like those things that you knew you had to do in order for you to be successful? Like maybe like top 3 things that you like, I have to do this to be successful.
So top 3 things. Consistency is key. Posting every single day, just staying top of mind. If people don't think about you, they're not going to reach out to you or hire you or refer you. So consistently posting at least every day. Posting helpful content. So just putting something out there saying, hey, today I posted a video. This is what bad faith is, or, how much is your property claim worth? Just something helpful, break it down, super easy, quick, something that your client can understand. And then also not selling in every post. So I see a lot of people just mimicking billboard lawyers, and they put in every post, they post a picture and they're like, have you been in an accident? Hire us today. Rather than do that, which is kind of spammy and people don't really know, like, oh, why would I hire you? Why would I call you? Differentiate yourself and say, here's what I know, here's what I can do for you, and people are more likely to reach out to you, I think.
Great point. Great point. So just to summarize, consistency, which I think that's by far the most important thing out of everything you're going to do. Second is helpful content.
Yes.
I'm going to add one more to it, helpful or entertaining content.
That is true.
Okay.
Very true.
And then the third is not selling. And you don't necessarily have to sell in every post. I kind of had this foresight also when I started sending newsletters. When I started out, I started off just sending newsletters about my law firm. And then I would get like a couple of replies here and there. And I'm like, let me switch things around. Let me start talking about random stuff. And then let me switch things around. Let me start talking about positive stuff, inspirational stuff. And it's when I transitioned into, not even talking about my law firm and just keeping it very general, that's when I started seeing a lot of response. And it's a misconception for lawyers that people, just because you have a lawyer Instagram account or Facebook account, you don't necessarily just have to talk about, what you do. And, if you got into a car accident, it's a misconception.
Yeah.
People
actually will say, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I actually will say that the funny TikToks, I've done like a couple funny TikToks, but there's two. One, like, if a lawyer goes to a cocktail party, which you may have seen on my page, and another one about like, post-quarantine going to court in sweatpants. Those funny TikToks, funny videos have like carried my Instagram. Like people see that funny content. They're like, oh, this girl's relatable. She's funny. And I think that's why I've been successful, because I'm not just out there posting, just about the law, because honestly, property insurance is pretty boring. I try to make it exciting, but it really carries my page with the funny stuff.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah. Faces convert, right? Stories, people convert. Brands and logos don't convert. Not brands, logos and companies and things like that don't convert.
Stock images, yes.
Exactly, stock images. So yeah, people want to hear from you, see from you, know that you're legit. It builds authority and likability, as you said. It's great. By the way, Britt's Instagram account is lawyer.Britt. If you guys want to follow Brittany, I highly recommend it. I'm taking a look at it right now. So again, lawyer.Britt. Taking a look at it right now. So there are some things that really stand out from all of the posts. Is there certain, before I even, give my explanation of what those things are, would you like to share, like, what are those things that you need to have in your posts that you think is like a big part of your success?
I think thumbnails really help. You're probably looking at their general page, and just, having a thumbnail like you would see on YouTube of the title of what I'm going to talk about, I think that really helps, because it shows people exactly like, hey, this is what I post about, before they even click on anything.
Exactly. Yeah. The titles give context of what the video is about. So it looks like literally most of your posts have some kind of caption, very clear captions, and it's not like a funky font. It's literally black or white, a background, or the font is, the black or white, very clear to read, nothing funky, very clear exactly what the video is about. And then the other thing that I noticed that you have in every single video is your face, pretty much your face. There's nothing else. And it's known, it's been proven. That's why if you look at most YouTube thumbnails, there's always a face. Face will invoke the most clicks, will invoke the most emotions, will invoke curiosity. So it's not a coincidence, that you have your face in every single post. Something else that I also noticed about your videos is more often than not, you always have captions whenever you're speaking. Yes. So can you tell us about that and why that's important?
Subtitles, yes. So most people, I read somewhere, I don't remember where, that most people watch videos on mute. And I figured if they're watching me on mute, just mouthing, they're just gonna keep scrolling. But if they can read, if they're at work, they're not gonna turn on their sound, right? So if it's on mute, they're scrolling, oh, I can actually read along. I thought that was super important. And people have actually messaged me thanking me and saying, oh, thank you for putting subtitles. Like, I love that you put subtitles. So I think that's really important.
Yeah, I think it's 70%. Apparently, I think from what I remember, 70% of people that watch your videos, right, don't click on the video, they just watch it. And I think the reason is people are at work, they're out, maybe they're even on a date, and they could be watching videos, and people don't want to seem like, oh, this is what I'm watching, or this is what I'm doing. People are just watching it, people are consuming, but I'm even clicking on it. That's the first thing. And the second thing, actually, believe it or not, if you follow your own eyes, if something on the screen changes, then you want to stick around to see what's next, what's coming next. So by having that subtitle, it makes you want to watch more of it because you're like looking what's the next thing that's going to be said. So I would say no matter what, add subtitles. There's a great program for adding subtitles to your videos for YouTube or Facebook or even for Instagram. It's called Happy Scribe. I do know AppSumo. If you guys Google AppSumo, Happy Scribe, I think that they may have some kind of discount for like a flat rate, lifetime access to this. It's very easy. You import your video and automatically transcribes it. And it also has a very easy editor. So you could even have, it's like a perfect thing for a VA to do. You're just given the videos, hey, I want these 10 videos transcribed. And you give them the style that you like, and it adds very clear, bold captions below your videos. And I would say by default, I think all videos, it doesn't matter where it is, Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube, should have subtitles by default. And I don't see that many people really understanding the power of it, but I think it's crucial.
I agree.
Yep. And then other things also is what I notice is you have interesting topics. You have topics that people care about. It's not just topics that you're interested in. It's things that your dream clients will kind of gravitate towards. Right before we got on today's Facebook Live, we talked about a couple of things. One of them was newsjacking. So could you, Britt, could you explain that and how that's worked out for you?
Yes. So newsjacking is taking, current events, current topics, and, combining them with your own content to get, some traction, some attention. So like when I made a video about can the government require you to wear a mask, I made that a couple months back. That has gotten so much traction. There are still people arguing on it. I got a notification today that people are still going back and forth in the comments. So putting something out there that is a current topic really grabs everybody's attention. Everybody wants to rush in and give their opinion or, learn what's happening. It's made a huge difference. Great.
Exactly. Yep. And then also wanted to talk to you about, so with Instagram and, with YouTube and Facebook, these are all traffic sources. These are essentially just, we call it top of the funnel, just for people to become aware of you. But now that people become aware of you, we want to drive them to the interest stage to see if they're interested, to actually drive them down to see let's say you have 11,000 followers. Out of those 11,000 followers, there's probably 300 of your dream clients that are following you. So the next step is where do you drive them? So with Instagram, obviously you have your profile, and then inside your profile, you have a very clear description, which you do a great job with. And then the call to action is your link tree. So can you explain your link tree and why that's important?
Yeah, so my link tree has, specific links to certain things depending on, who the client is and what they need. I've got something for public adjusters. I've got traction for my Facebook. Then I also have a link to my landing page or my funnel, as you would call it, top of the funnel. So, a page where people can go and put their information in. If they're interested in working with me, it comes directly to me, and then I can reach out to them.
Great. So let's talk about your landing page. So, great job with traffic. Let's talk about the landing page. The landing page, if you guys also want to see it, is lawyerbrittlaw.com with 2 T's. And I wish I could share my screen, but so we have basically a landing page. Overall, it's great. I think it gets the job done. The whole point of a landing page is to capture your leads information. So very clear. As soon as you get to the page, it's very clear that that's what you want your dream clients to do. You're asking for name, phone number, email. Is the property located in Florida? Yes or no? What type of damage is it? And then submit it. Perfect. Great. And then when you scroll down, you have an about section, which has a part which is very, very, very strong that I highly recommend to everybody, which is kind of a very clear video of you speaking directly to your dream clients. It feels like the same way that you walk into an office and somebody meets you. The video setup that you're like literally it's from your head to right here, talking to your dream clients, and you introduce yourself. You basically explain how you can help your dream clients, and this is perfect, Britt. This is something that we teach inside of LegalFunnel, is that you need to use videos to basically nurture your leads. This video gets it done perfectly. One thing I would improve is in the section that says about lawyer Britt, instead flip that around. Then don't make it about you. Make it all about them, how you can help your dream clients. The best way to do this is it's called a one-liner, and it's something that hopefully I'll be setting up a one-day workshop for LegalFunnel students to how to come up with this one-liner. It's basically, this one-liner is a way for you to clearly and succinctly explain exactly the problem that your dream clients have and how you can help your dream clients, the benefits and the results of your services. So, instead of making it about yourself and talking about how you graduated from law school and got this degree and this and that, that's great and all, but 99% of the people who come to this page are all thinking, how can you help me? So I would say flip that around, rework on that to make it all about your dream clients. And then scrolling down on your landing page, you have a very good section. This is like, what are the first things to do after your home is damaged? This is great. Something I would basically give value, which is, again, part of the nurturing process. They're learning from you. Something I would do is to number those things. People love numbers, and people are more likely to follow something. So say, hey, number 1, document the damage. Number 2, prevent the damage from getting worse. Number 3, contact us. Make it very clear, again, to fill out the form on this page. Make it very clear what you want them to do. Something else I would also advise is don't ever use capital letters, ever. Just so you should have a rule. People have a very hard time reading capital letters, and it should be rarely ever used. And then you scroll down. You have basically a call to action section, which is a phone number to call you. I think it's very important to make it very clear what you want your people to do. So if it's the form that you want people to fill out, just make sure to put add a button for people to go back to the form. If it's a phone number, make sure it's that. So if you have like both, it might throw people off. So just make it clear what you want to do. If you want to be both, just have it in the same page. You can say, fill this form out or give us a call now. And then you have a section that says necessary actions that our team handles for you. Basically what you do, that's fine. Type of cases we handle, great. And then you have a section where you link people out to your different social media. I will remove that. It's kind of counterintuitive. Where like, I need to show people, that I'm legit, but it doesn't belong on your landing page, essentially, because the whole point of the landing page is to drive people to give you the contact information. Anything that takes them away from that is kind of like a leak. Now they could go on your YouTube channel and start watching your YouTube channel for 30 minutes. Now they could go, over here, and anytime you take people away from your call to action, it actually hurts you. So I would remove that section. And then you have an amazing section, which is your proof section, your reviews. This is very good. I love it that it's actual screenshots, and it looks like you used TikTok or whatever to kind of circle it. It's great. But something I would even improve on that is to remove the rotating kind of marquee style. It rotates the pictures. Don't ever use those things. It takes away, again, it's one of those things that takes away from the call to action. And people, by the time you're looking at one, it's already like flipping. So you have it stagnant. Just have it as many of these screenshots as you can on the landing page, and it makes it look real. And then at the very end, again, you have a very clear call to action. Contact us, fill out this form. Great. Something that would even improve on is urgency. People make decisions first based on their emotions, which is typically, again, the video, your headline, things like that. People, like how you get people to act based on emotions, basically. And then second, people make decisions based on intellectually. Basically, they want to quantify and kind of analyze whether I trust Britt or not. That's basically what reviews are, and stuff like that. And then the third part is urgency. People need to be pushed to take action. So why should they contact you right away? Hey, there's a statute of limitations. If you don't file a claim, you're gonna lose out on something. So drive that urgency, why they should take action now. Basically, you want to make them feel like if you don't fill out this form right now, you're gonna miss out. But other than that, Britt, great job. And what you can do, even hopefully you could ask your law office to set up retargeting. Somebody that comes to this particular page, retarget them back on Facebook with other just direct videos saying, hey, you may have a homeowner claim. I'm here to help you, blah, blah, and then drive some urgency and to get them to basically fill out the form. Other than that, you're doing a great job.
Thank you. I'll take all my notes.
Good. Very good. We also, since we're in the social media talk, let's talk about TikTok. So can you share your experience? Can you share your experience with TikTok?
Yes. So my experience with TikTok, I have posted inconsistently just because I've been focusing all of my efforts on Instagram and posting to Facebook. I wanted to get that down pat first, but I've been getting a lot of traction with my funny videos, just entertaining videos. Not so much with any of like the informative stuff, just because I think TikTok's the younger crowd. But I thought in my mind, anybody who's on TikTok now is going to be a homeowner in 5 or 10 years, right? So I was trying to capture that audience early on. But now you're telling me they're taking TikTok away, so I don't know what's going to happen.
Apparently as of a couple hours ago, they posted news that apparently TikTok is being banned from the App Store. What that means in the future, whether it's going to happen or not, who knows? But it seems like it. So we'll see. It kind of sucks only sucks for the people who have only focused specifically.
I think that somebody's going to fight that. I think there might be some type of injunction stopping Apple from moving that, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens. All right, so we have some great questions being posted. I'm actually going to be posting them right here.
Okay.
And unfortunately, we can't see who posted it.
That's fine. How far in advance do you plan your posts?
There we go. How far in advance do you plan your posts? Do you ever end up hitting a dead end on what type of content to put out there?
Hold on, I lost you for a second. Can you repeat?
Sure. How far in advance do you plan your posts? So let's first answer that.
How far in advance? I try to do like 2 weeks out. So I will try to have an idea for every 2 weeks. Doesn't always work out like that. Sometimes I change things around. Sometimes I change something around 15 minutes before I post something if I decide to do something different, but I try to have an idea of what I'm doing about 2 weeks out.
Very important. For everything you're going to do, anything that's successful has to be planned out. Anything that's not planned out is kind of like doing it at the whim, and it doesn't last long. And I see that.
It's hard to be consistent if you don't plan out in advance.
Exactly. Yep, good point. Second question is, do you ever end up hitting a dead end on what type of content to put out there?
No, because when I first decided to start doing this, I was like, okay, what are my clients always asking me? And I just started writing all these ideas. And now whenever I think of an idea, I just put it in my Evernote. I have an Evernote that's like all of my ideas of content. I just stick it in there. So I have like an ongoing ideas, and sometimes I'll pull ideas from, months ago and say, oh, I'll do this topic now. So I try to keep it running. And as soon as you start getting into it, and I mean the first 2 weeks of you really focusing on posting, you'll start coming up with content in the shower and when you're laying in bed, it'll just come to you.
Exactly. Great point.
Yeah.
It's a place where you store all your ideas so that when you need to record, you already know what to record up front.
Exactly.
So someone provided a good comment, not a question. A more human approach is key these days. People want to connect with those that care. Right?
Completely agree
too. Next question. How are you utilizing VAs for your social media management? Do you have any VAs?
No, not yet. I've been doing this all on my own time. I'm in the process of figuring out where to get a VA from because I need somebody to help me plan and also reach out to people, but working on it. You'd probably have more information about VAs because we talked about that in the beginning. Yeah,
I have a whole module about hiring, about delegation and automation. And then obviously a big part of the delegation is hiring VAs, virtual admins, freelancers that are around the world. Actually, Britt, I'll tell you the best source for VAs is Upwork, upwork.com. You could put up a job post.
Familiar with them.
And actually, I'll give even more value to our audience right now. Hire your VAs from Philippines.
We
Good.
have, we use virtual assistants at my law firm, and most of them are from the Philippines, and they're phenomenal.
Yep.
Phenomenal. Yes.
Yep. Exactly. So yeah,
So
do it.
quick.
Do it today. I'm gonna challenge you, Britt.
All
Hire
right.
your first job. You could literally hire within 12 hours. Literally, you put up a
Yeah.
job post within 12 hours. People apply. You send in an offer. People usually accept the offer within a couple hours, and then before you know, you're giving them instructions. It's so easy. People don't believe it. I've probably hired over 160 VAs by now. I have about 50 or 60 VAs at the moment. Once you realize how leverageable and how high of an ROI you get from a VA, then you'll want to hire as many VAs as possible. So start with
Here's a
one.
question. Are they task specific, or are they just you hire them and you throw whatever at them?
Very good question. Yes, always have to be task specific for their special skills. So, hey, you're here to just take care of this thing over and over and over. And I never hire based on one-time projects. It's always hourly, ongoing, and max. I want to get them to 30 hours a week, because that's where they're the most optimal and they're going to care about you the most. So I usually start off with like maybe 10 hours. Then if you see they're good, 20 hours, then max 30 hours. And yeah, give them and I always say, like, another thing is hire before you even figure out what you're going to give them, because most people get stuck with like, what am I going to give them? Just hire first and then figure that part out. Trust me, over time you'll find things to just hand over.
That's counterintuitive from what I've heard, so I like that.
Yep. Next question is, what's the name of the website that does the subtitles? It's called happyscribe.com, but they may have, let me check it out, AppSumo. By the way, AppSumo is a great website that lets you find deals. Yep, AppSumo. Just put into Google AppSumo, HappyScribe. There is sold out, unfortunately. But just be on the lookout on AppSumo for different offers. But if not, I'm sure it's still worth it to still get HappyScribe. Another user asked, why are subtitles important? So we talked about that. Pretty much for people to, because again, people don't watch video with sound. And then second, it's more likely that people will continue watching because of the subtitles. Yep. All right. Somebody asks, what's the subtitle and thumbnail app? Do you use a specific tool for this?
Honestly, I've been using, oh my gosh, what's called Video Shop to do my subtitles. Super easy. And for thumbnails, I act like I'm putting a picture on a story in Instagram, and I just use Instagram to create a thumbnail. I save it instead of posting it to a story, and I use that. Just trying to make this as simple as possible,
Good point. If you guys need to make thumbnails for YouTube and Facebook videos, I will use Canva. Canva is by far the easiest. It's free. It doesn't, and you could also share your passwords with your VA so they could work on the same project as you. So Canva for the win.
I use Canva to make stories mostly.
Really? Videos?
Yeah. No, not videos. Like when I'm doing just a static story, like I did a Instagram live with somebody a couple weeks ago, and I used Canva to make kind of like just like what you made for this show, similar to that, but I used Canva.
Perfect. Yep. Cool. Next question for Britt. Do you use hashtags on Instagram for your posts? If so, how did you decide which hashtags to use? Good question.
Yes, I do use hashtags on my Instagram posts. I try to use relevant hashtags. So I sat down and thought of what is everything that kind of relates to what I do or relates to what this post is about. And then I check the hashtag first. So I'll search the hashtag, see what kind of posts are being posted with that hashtag. And if it fits, I'll use it. And I try not to use too many because I don't want to be super spammy.
Do you post it as a second comment on the post, or do you put it in the description?
I just put it in it. So I'll just, go down a couple lines and put the hashtags in the caption.
And how many hashtags do you typically use?
I would say like 10 to 15, not too many. I know you can use up to 30, but I just don't like to use that.
Great. Then we have some questions about VAs. What type of tasks do you use a VA for? So everything and anything under the sun, essentially, is the answer. Everything. I run multiple law firms, and I don't do any of the work. So you could just imagine what kind of, what the VAs are doing. So everything is the answer. Next question is, how do you keep up with the hours worked? That's one of the benefits of Upwork. Upwork makes it easy to put up a job post, makes it easier for you to send job offers, hire people, manage them. That means you could designate how many hours a week, how much you're getting paid. And then when the VAs start working, they clock in, and Upwork automatically takes screenshots of their screen to make sure that they're working, and also captures how active they are on the keyboard, on their keyboard and mouse. If you ever are concerned about are working or not, you can always log into Upwork and check that out. I can tell you, it's only been like 1 or 2 times out of 150 VAs that I had, like maybe a VA didn't work. So it takes care of that, and also automatically calculates how many hours that they worked, pays them on a weekly basis. So I don't have to sit there and spend time doing that, and just automatically, just as long as I hire them, then the rest is handled by Upwork. Well worth it. Great questions. Great question. All right. Other things we talk about, just to review, we talked about how'd you get here, why Instagram, and what you learn. Again, consistency, helpful content, not selling in every post. We talked about the importance of using your face, using captions, posting, again, things that people care about, the importance of thumbnails, make sure that we have subtitles. All those things are important. And again, the most important thing I think though is consistency. That's probably, if you don't have that, it doesn't matter about anything else. Nothing else matters. So I think that's probably the #1 secret ingredient for your success, Britt. And the moment that you stop is probably the moment when everything slows down. So that's what it takes, consistency. So for all you guys, again, usually what I always say is, whatever you do now, you got to stick to it, and then you see the results 6 months down the line. So Britt, you're doing all the hard work now, but you didn't even talk about your success. But we talked about if you don't feel comfortable, you don't have to share how it's been doing. Let's just say Britt has been doing really well, using her technique. But I can also assure you, you're going to see most of your success 6 months down the line, because it takes time for all that to come back to you.
And I started this process fully in my mind thinking that I was going to get no traction and no nothing for 6 months. So to have success early on it's been great. But I'm still committed to going the full length.
Good. So pretty much you're going all the way, right? You're not studying. You're not playing. Yeah.
I have no plans to stop. I'm going to the moon.
Great. So a couple of more questions got posted. We're gonna stick around for another 5 minutes to answer other questions. Sure. Do you use a tripod for your filming? How does the setup look like when you're filming a video?
Yes. So I've got a tripod. I actually use my phone. I don't have a fancy camera yet. I've got my phone, my tripod, and I've got 2 LED lights that I got off Amazon for $200 that you can adjust the brightness. And that's it. That's what I use. I sit in this little chair, and that's it.
Perfect. Simple, straight to the point to make it easy that you're actually going to do it.
Yeah.
Next question. How and when do you balance day job with the social media? Good question.
I get this question all the time, and I have not really found an issue with balancing it, because when I want to do something, I make it a priority and I cut out everything else. And it's not to say that I don't have fun and I don't do other things, but this is my priority, is building this social media. So, instead of like going out with friends on Friday to dinner, I'm sorry, I can't do that. I can only go, Saturday night, because I planned a whole morning on Saturday to film videos. You know what I mean? So I just cut mercilessly everything else, and I focus on, this is what I want. This is what I'm going to do to get there. So this is what I'm focusing on.
Do you see yourself making more of these videos in the mornings, evening time, or at night?
Mostly in the mornings, just because I plan out before I sit down to record, right? So I'll have my topics, and I'll say, okay, I'm going to go over this, this, and this. and then I'll sit down and record them and then edit them later. So usually in the mornings, also because the lighting is good in the mornings.
Yeah, and I think that might be actually one of the secret sauces. If you want to get something done, do it in the morning.
Yeah.
Before you get lazy and
exactly.
If
you wait too long and sit on the couch for 2 hours, you're not going to want to get up and do it.
Exactly. And to answer also the last question is, how do you balance that? Is, if you make it fun for yourself, that that's entertaining for you, it's fun, then you'll be way more likely to do it. So you don't have to do it. You don't. If Instagram is hard for you, complicated for you, don't do Instagram. Do whatever that works for you. Some people are writers, so just write. If you're good on camera, get on camera. If you're good at pictures, make pictures. So find a way that's sustainable for you. And then also, I could say from my own experience, let's say I do Facebook Lives. It doesn't affect my work life because I'm just like, let's say, walking to the office or have 10 minutes that I'm just like sitting here, so I'm just recording a video. So you gotta mix it into your life without it interrupting your day. Britt, how often do you post?
Daily. Try to post daily. There's a couple of days here and there that I miss just because I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna hold off this post for tomorrow, but daily. On stories at least, but always post daily.
One a day?
Yes.
Perfect.
One a day. I'll ramp up eventually and post 3 times a day, but for now it's just one. Once I have that VA, 3 times a day.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you use a lavalier mic.
I have got a little, I don't know where that is, but I've got a little mic that I use just because the sound from the iPhone is not as great. But I got it on Amazon. It just plugs right into my phone and it sits on the side of my tripod. It was like $50, I think, on Amazon.
Do you happen to know the name of it or what you searched for, so I could maybe post it? Because I'm sure
I'll find it.
Okay.
I'll look for it and I'll find it and I can send it to you so you can post it.
Yeah, if you don't mind, actually, just whenever you can today, if you can post the tools, the lights, and whatever. I think everybody always wants to know what you use. That'd be great.
Sure,
Great. All right, Britt, thank you so much for being part of this. I hope it was fun.
Thank you for having me. Yes, it is. I love talking about this stuff. So
good. Yeah. Okay, very good. If any questions comes up throughout, and we get pretty good. We got a good number of viewers, but most viewers, I would say 90% of viewers come after we post this. If any questions come up that we couldn't answer, just post them below. And Britt, if you can help out answer those, feel free to just even reply back to everybody's comment. I'll also chime in too. That way we can answer all your questions. I'm here to provide as much value to you guys, make it fun. I don't do this. I only do this because it's fun, and it's like just the same way that Britt explains. It's fun for her to talk. Same for me. Hope you guys got value from this. Again, if you did get value from this, just please give it a like and just comment and let us know. That way we'll do more of these. Britt, we're probably gonna have you come back on in 6 months or a couple months, for you to get an update. I'm gonna challenge you to get up to 50,000 followers.
And all right, we're bringing it. Yeah,
50,000 followers and at least 3 VAs.
3 VAs. I think I can get 3 VAs. Yeah, I could do that easy.
Sounds good. All right, guys. See you guys next time. Talk to you.